I thought the oldest moved.
Hit record
The
right
oldest
there.
moved.
All right.
Yep.
Can you tell me your name, your age, and where you're from?
Jeffrey Holmes, November 10th, 1995, in Swindon, England.
Sweet. How long ago did you meet Mike Radner?
About a month and a half ago.
Let me rephrase this. How did you hear about Mike Radner? Did you hear about him before you met him?
Yes, he was extensively discussed in the Facebook page. He was talked about as being one of the probably most educated and most experienced riders in the Facebook page. And I think it was joked about that he could out-corner and outride almost anyone on a faster and younger bike.
What did you think about Mike Radner that first time we saw him at 7-Eleven?
He looked a little old to be riding through the canyons as fast as he was. I thought he might, be like mid-paced, but then he was leading the group the whole time, and I was quite shocked by how quick he was taking corners and how skilled he was overall, despite, the fact that he's been riding for 50, 60 years.
Yeah, actually in my interview I found out he's been riding for 60 years. That's
6 years.
Insane. 60. That's like almost 2 of my lifetimes.
Wow.
So riding with the canyons through him, what was it like during the first couple minutes? Did you think you were going to be able to keep up with him compared to once he actually started setting his pace?
First couple minutes was fairly slow-paced, so keeping up fairly well with the rest of the group. And then once he felt comfortable picking up the pace, he sped up, and then the group kind of split in two, and me and a couple of others were, probably 30, 40 seconds behind the rest. But, the only times that we would even get close to him was in the straights. Other than that, the corners, he was well far ahead.
Yeah, let this scrub kill me.
So, how about the one ride we went on where Mike just ditched people and didn't even bother to wait for him? What did you think about that day when he just was on a roll?
That was impressive. No, he zoomed past, and even the guys on 600s, 750s couldn't keep up with him, even though he was on, I can't remember what KTM he was on, but it's a smaller displacement.
I think he's on the 440 or something like that.
Yeah, the 440, and it has so much less torque and horsepower than the rest, but he was gone, and even the guys that have been riding for 6, 7 years had no chance.
What are your thoughts on his personality? Like what kind of guy he is?
He's very straightforward in his old age. He tells it how it is, and but I like how he likes to share stories about when he was racing, his canyon time, all that. So he's a great source of knowledge and skill.
What do you think about his sense of humor? I don't know if you remember, the first thing he did, he got off his bike, he took off his helmet, and he said, "Oh shit, I knew I was going to forget it." And everyone looked really worried, and we all looked at him, and we were like, "What did you forget?" And he goes, "My hair." You don't remember that?
No.
What do you think about his sense of humor, though, when he cracks jokes and stuff like that? He's always got little one-liners like that.
Yeah, no, it's pretty funny. He definitely has a quirky, friendly, great uncle kind of humor to him.
Last question. There might be 2 more, but do you watch the way Mike rides and try to emulate it a little bit in terms of lines and speeds and things that he's doing on his bike?
Yeah. So when we hit a lot of straights and the guys on the 600s and 750s took off ahead of Mike, I was still behind him, obviously, because on the 400, I don't have the power to overtake him on straights, and I didn't really feel like it was necessary. So I was probably one person behind him for a good 15 minutes, and I thought that it was good to trace his lines, and because he went into the corners and turns unlike a lot of people where they rush in, brake, where with him it just seemed fluid. There was very little braking, and it was almost like he was just slowly just glazing from corner to corner and then just smoothly going through it with very minimal braking.
Do you hope to have a riding career as long as Mike's, even if it doesn't involve racing? Do you just hope to be riding for 50, 60 years, burning youngsters in the canyons?
Absolutely. No, I would love to, be 65, 70 years old and just absolutely smoking kids on 600s on a little like 400, 450. That'd be great.
All right, man. That'll do it. Thank you for your time, and have a good day. Stop right there. Yeah, where is it? Stop right there.